writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
God, you're really, okay.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you want to unalive yourself, it's a gauge.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate.
Okay.
When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Okay, so I am really digging the entire thing right now, and this is just a demo. Like, I am super surprised at how well this looks. Hey, Fawn! Okay, so let's see what we got. Alright, so that makes us go forward. So we're going to look at this trivia. The full version will feature many interesting facts among others, the story of which the game is based, the historical setting of the author, H.P. Lovecraft. Well, let's not get too delving deep into H.P. Lovecraft, because we all know what the cat's name was. I'm sorry, I will never let anybody who loves H.P. Lovecraft live that down, especially myself, that he was a bigoted trash head. But I love his work. It's awful. They're scattered around the location, so make sure to look around and try and find them all. The demo features only a couple of facts, and you just found the first one. Oh. Morphine use during the Great War. Oh, trivia pieces found, 1 of 5. Nice. Morphine entered into use in the 19th century and was routinely administered to treat severe pain during the American Civil War and World War I. It was also sold without restrictions until 1914. Yeah, when they found out that, oh fuck, it was addicting. Okay, fun. That's what I do sometimes. Oh yeah, I mean, look at what happened to the dude that did Scruffy. If you hear grumbling in the background at all, I don't know if my mic will pick it up, but Scruffy is sleeping, and because he's deaf, he bemoans life quite frequently. He's been very upset with me since yesterday, since I left him for a couple hours. But, oh God, the dude that started, that one church that's really fucking awful. Westboro Baptist Church. And towards the end of his life, he was like, man, what was it all for? But let's see. Morphine became more popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe around 1854. Friedrich Schifferner, I think that's how you pronounce it. I probably butchered it. Who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphium, after Morpheus, the Greek god associated with dreams. At the time when DAGON was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem in the United States. Any more good shit? No? Okay.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Oh. Okay, well that... I have a feeling that this is not gonna be too much of a point and click and more of an exploration type game, but again, this is a demo.
The Great Wall.
God, look at that water.
Beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation, so that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Oh, shit. Oh. Let's see. Trivia pieces found. Lovecraft's attitude towards the war. Dagon was written around a month after the United States entered World War I. Lovecraft was actively interested in its course. He composed many poems in which he gave encouragement to soldiers and commented on the events unfolding in Europe. He tried to enlist in the army, but even though he passed the physical exam, his mother prevented him from going to the war. She has threatened to go to any lengths, legal or otherwise, if I do not reveal all of the ills which unfit me for the army. I am Providence, the life and times of H.P. Lovecraft, St. Joshi. Huh. I didn't know that. And so she basically blackmailed him into not going in.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time.
Good on you, my dude. Is there anything for me to look at over here? No? Okay.
When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
No shit, because it's the fucking water. About to head to the store, so I can't stay, but hope you have a wonderful first stream back. Thank you, Demo. Good moth. Very good moth.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
God, sucks to be you, my bro. I very faintly see the moon, though. Is there anything? Okay.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
Or, you know, to die.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue. The change happened whilst I slept.
Oh, shit. Oh, listen to that music change. To live is to die starts playing. Oh, no. I like how the violin chorus has started up behind us here.
Its details I shall never know. For my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh, shit. Hi. That's innocuous. What are you doing there, buddy? I think that's a nautilus. God, they're big.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover
Squeed.
myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away. Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
As you should be.
For there was in the air and in the rotting soil a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing and nothing in sight save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Okay, so that's a trilobite. I know that for sure. Because just from the look of it. And then that over there is either a dab or a flounder. I can't remember which one's which. This is so freaking weird. But I love it.
The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
The trilobite. Bite the trilobite. He hasn't done anything to me. I want to flip him over so he can scuttle away. Ah, the inspiration behind Dagon. Dagon seems to be inspired by Fishhead, a short novel by Irvin S. Cobb about unnatural affinities between a hybrid idiot and the strange fish of an isolated lake. Supernatural horror in literature, H.P. Lovecraft. Lovecraft's interest in the topic stemmed from his aversion to fish and sea smells, in his own words. I've hated fish and feared the sea and everything connected with it since I was 2 years old, but I cannot recall what earlier experience gave me such a profound and lasting aversion to the sea and seafood. The Dweller in Darkness, Lovecraft, 1927. Donald Laundrie. Huh. Alright, so, where are we looking? Oh, we're going back here. Squishy. It's squishy sounding.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths. So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
You would have felt that shit, my dude.
Any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Oh. Mystery of volcanic islands. Volcanic eruptions sometimes result in the creation of islands. Most of them are transient and erode after some time, but some prove permanent. The floating pumice, porous rock created when superheated pressurized rock is ejected from a volcano, can move across long distances and transport barnacles and macroalgae that cling to it. In 2001, rafts of pumice created during the eruption of a volcano near Tonga, Polynesia, eventually reached Australia. Huh.
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time. That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
No, there's the moon. Any other thingies? No. Okay.
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
Any trivias? No? Okay. Let's get out of here. Yeah, pumice is interesting. Pumice is good for dry skin. Oh, that was it? That was just okay, I mean that was the demo, but damn, that was still good.